How's it going, guys? Today I got another review. Here is a brand new item from GVM. This is the GVM T-20R. This is a RGB slash effect slash bicolor light. I have several of these lights here, they all got RGB and everything, but I actually like the fact that this comes in white. I don't think there's a black option. I myself do this for a living. I do corporate, commercial, industrial, including weddings. This is going to be a very useful tool for you to do your bride preparation. And these lights, they are more designed not to light an entire room because, I mean, they're pretty bright, but this is meant to be in a close proximity. You want to hold the light. This proximity here from the subject is going to provide a very nice fill light right here, even as a key light because of the size of the light. But ideally for key light you want to use those big soft boxes. There are many other ways for portability, but this type of shape here is one of my favorite things, especially if you're doing a go kind of thing. So whether you are a hobbyist or a professional, you know, doing weddings, product shots and everything, this type of light here usually is pretty handy. These lights are obviously intended for handheld use, but it has the regular tripod 1/4 inch not only on the bottom but also on the top. If you don't have anyone to hold the light, for example, if you want to do a little hair light or an accent light somewhere, you can certainly use the boom like I said before. But if I were to mount this on the boom, I would definitely remove the battery to make the thing even lighter. And also this light comes included with the light itself, the battery, the Sony charger, and this is the case that this comes with. It's quite attractive. It's a semi-rigid material, so opening the case is exactly the shape of the light. The light comes with the this extra pocket here, and you can also velcro here and there so the light stays secure here, and also to slide the battery and the little aftermarket Sony charger this light comes with, so nothing comes in contact with anything, and to transport is very easy, so you carry this way. I'm sure GVM sells the actual adapter for this. I couldn't find anything so far because it's a brand new light, but just in case if you need to get an adapter right now, make sure it is a 9 volt 3 amps. Otherwise, if you choose anything below 3 amps, the light is going to probably shut down on you at 100% because this requires a 3 amp and also 9 volts. Don't attempt to do a 12 volt here because you probably will fry the circuit boards here. And also to keep in mind that this jack here, the barrel is slightly thicker because usually the regular household products, they have the 2.1 millimeter. That's the center hole on a barrel. One thing that I also noticed that a lot of manufacturers, especially GVM, they actually take in consideration on the brightness level to be so dim all the way to the maximum brightness, because this light at 1% is so dim, which can be very useful if you shoot wide apertures like, you know, f1.2, f1.4, or if some reason you need this light extremely dim, you got it, because this will do it for you all the way to 100%, which is super bright. And again, this light is not designed to light an entire room, again, unless you shoot at a very wide aperture, but this is designed for close proximity, for the most beauty effect that this light can provide, because even though this light is very soft, it can become a hard light at a distance. So to become a soft light, it doesn't matter if you have a little like a portable RGB light or whatever, you know, if it covers the whole hand, anything within your hand, if you're shooting like a diamond ring here, for example, this tiny light is going to become a soft light because it is covered the entire surface of the thing. Once you back that out, the light somehow becomes a harsher light and also contributes to producing more shadows. By the way, speaking of shadows, I was playing with this light here close to the background there, and the shadows are actually minimal, so which tells me the quality of this light can be very nice, especially if you want to do a very flattering look as far as, like, you know, lighting a bride's face over here. So her face is going to be nice and glowy without any harsh shadows falling out this side here if you put the light at 45 degrees. So this actually, for being a consumer light, is actually very nice to take even to a professional environment. But, you know, it's a little white, it's a little flashy instead of black, but, you know, but it provides a very nice, good quality that I can see. Another thing that's cool, they reserved the entire side of the light here for RGB LEDs only, and the other side here, it's kind of divided with the bicolors, but at least they didn't make a one that has everything like RGB and the bicolor here. So for maximum brightness, it's very nice that you have a separation here. But you do need the bicolor because all lights that I've seen that are like this, they're not only coming as daylight, and I also prefer the bicolor for convenience because I shoot a lot of stuff indoors, and then you have both capabilities here, a little bit of daylight, a little bit of tungsten color here. But this whole side here is rather bright because all the RGB diodes are separate here. Now again, showing you here right on the video the big advantage of having a light which the brightness at a minimum, it comes so dim, so to proper expose the red here on the video instead of blowing everything up. So I'm actually shooting with the Canon C300 Mark II. The lens is a L series 24-105. The ISO currently is 800 and the shutter is a 1/90th of a second. So at 8% I actually have the proper exposure. To turn the light off is a regular analog, very simple little power switch here that you slide. So when you turn the light back on, you will also remember every setting that you did as far as the HSI, the colors, also the saturation, you know, the hue and everything, the bicolor, the brightness number. So as soon as you turn it off, it's not going to change it back to anything 100% or 0. It's going to remember everything that you did here, which is a good advantage. So it's not like 100% for everything or 12% for everything, the RGB and the tungsten, or, you know, it's going to be separate, the brightness to every single part of this light here, the RGB, the bicolor, and also the effects. Now let's talk about power here. One of the most important things when you're taking these lights on the field, how long the battery is going to last before it actually quits on you. So this comes included with the Sony, I would say this is the 570 size, it's not the 970, also because you want to keep this light as lightweight as possible. So I was trying to kill the battery and I couldn't. I was playing with like an hour or so, and I still got power. I was playing with this thing at 100%. As a matter of fact, I was in the living room here on my couch, there upstairs on my couch, try to kill this light by laying it flat on the couch there and see what happens. I was watching my videos there and the light didn't die. So to see how long a battery will last on any other light that you have that's battery operated is very simple science here. Let me turn off this light for a second here. So removing the battery here, this comes with a 4.4 amp or 4400 milliamp battery, which is 32.6 watt hour, and this light at maximum brightness, it consumes about 20 watts, which tells you that you have at least, I would say, let's use the calculator here, 32.6 divided by 20. This battery is gonna run for 163 hours, an hour and a half with this battery cranked up at maximum brightness. And speaking of brightness, when they say 20 watts, for example, I have a GVM 110S, it's a 110 watt large panel, but the only way you can actually consume 110 watts from those lights is with the RGB set to white, which is the maximum torture of power here with these batteries. Otherwise, you're going to be consuming a lot less power. So this battery is going to run an hour and a half, according to the science that I just did here with the calculations, easily 1 hour and a half. Now, if you are with the bicolor, at 5600 Kelvin or 3200 is way below 20 watts. I would assume it's like probably even 7 watts. So this battery can run in excess of 3 hours. I didn't test this, but I can almost guarantee you, you're gonna be probably running this light with 3 hours with this mid-size battery here, assuming it consumes about 7 to 10 watts because I've done all the tests with other lights. So the power consumption is a lot less. The RGB is the same way. I think they're gonna draw about 10, 12 watts. The magenta is the brightest here. It's probably gonna draw probably 13, 14 watts. So in this mode here, I can see you using this light at least for an hour and a half at 4200 degrees Kelvin, possibly 2 hours. I don't have ways to get inside the circuit here because I would have to cut a wire and put a multimeter in the middle of the circuit to see exactly how many watts this particular mode is drawing here. One thing that I gotta tell you for sure, that I know for sure, the RGB mode, when all the lights are white, this is where is the biggest power consumption of any RGB light, any light that has an RGB light. So the battery you're gonna find in this package here is a regular Sony 570 kind of size, but you can certainly use those monster Sony beyond the 970 size. I mean, look at the height of this battery, so it's gonna last a long time. And mine actually got a little meter display there, tells me the voltage right now is at 8.3 volts. So this battery can easily attach here. You just slide just like any other light, and this is gonna give you a lot more running time. So this batteries here, they already provide at least an hour and a half of full brightness, maybe 2.5 hours. Imagine how long this light is gonna last with this monster battery here. Now let's talk about some cons with this light here. As you can see, the design of the battery here, it's designed to be placing the battery this way here. And when you hold this light, this battery might accidentally fall because when you grab it here some way, this battery actually will fall, as you can see. So they should have actually have put a lock here, or even better, to reverse. So actually to put the battery upwards. And so when you push this battery here, it's not going to fall because it's going to be pushing it this way here. So to remedy the situation here, all you need is this little foam that you find in many shipping materials. You can probably go to a store, electronic store, they have this foamy kind of things. Even some batteries, whatever you buy at Amazon, they probably come shipped with this, a Bluetooth speaker. So you probably have this material laying around your house or your office. So what you want to do is place the battery back here, and then just squeeze this thing here, and there you go. The battery does not come off. So I'm actually trying to pull the battery out, and it will not. And this is a soft material here, which can easily be removed. So again, this is the solution right here. You can also put a harder foam if you find it, but this one does the job. Another thing here, these controls, they are so sensitive. You can slightly touch it, even when you are hand holding the light. You can actually change settings here, and you have to go back to the which way it was before, which is the RGB. So just to keep that in mind as well. Another thing that you can do is to put a piece of plastic here with a little tape, right? So you can actually shield this thing here when you are sure to set the color they want, the settings they want. Put a piece of plastic here or something like that, so when your finger touches this thing here, nothing's gonna happen. Other than that, I think this is a great light. The price is right. It has the RGB, by color, everything they want. And I do like the white, by the way. I just do. So who is this light for? I would say both the enthusiast or YouTube beginner channels there, and even for professional use, even though it's white, you know, but you can actually provide a beautiful lighting for a bridal preparation for when she's putting the makeup on or whatever. So this can be a very versatile light, as long as you don't mind the white cute little thing here. I can see a lot of girls purchasing this light here, but you know, they should also make the black. This light comes with an OLED display, and everything that you do here is digital. There's no button to press. All you gotta do is press the M here to alternate between the RGBs, the effects, and also the bicolor, which is the other side of the light here. Now here's a close look of the whole thing here. This is the OLED display. As you can see, you have the CCT mode. Press the M again, you have the HSI mode, which is the RGB colors, and also the scene mode, which is the effects. Go back to the M here, press the M again, you go back to the CCT mode. As you can see, there's an arrow here. Right now I'm at the color temperature, which goes from 3200 all the way to 5600. All you have to do is press straight where this minus is. You should go to 3200 and also 5600 and anything in between here. Keep in mind that this light at 4200 Kelvin, you're going to be twice as bright and also going to be consuming twice as much power from the battery. Another cool thing here, as you slide the finger, this can be very precise. So when you release the finger, the number is not going to change to 36 or 38 like it happens like sometimes on the phone when you are doing something pretty precise there. So as soon as you release the finger, it remains at this number here, which is great. So this little thing here is going to require some getting used to, because sometimes when you want to do, for example, 5600 here, sometimes as you slide, sometimes you hit the arrow and then it does something else, or sometimes you hit the M button accidentally here. So keep that in mind. So sometimes if it doesn't let you go to where you want, to maximum, to the extremes, you just press Y where this maximum plus thing is here, and also where the minus is, and then it's pretty simple this way. But sometimes when you slide it this way, even though you thought you were a maximum, sometimes it's gonna stop right here, for example. Sometimes it happens. Now when you press the M again, you are at the RGB. Let me turn this down here, the brightness, and the same thing here, from 0 all the way to 360. So you can actually slide the finger here, slowly or fast. It's going to give you the precise numbers that you want here. Press the arrow once again to control the saturation, which can vary from 0 all the way to 100%. And again, you can control the saturation here. Cool thing here about the saturation, you can also find colors that are not present when the color is at the saturation at 100%. So let's say they were at the red color here. It's not going to show red because I have this big white light shining here. So, but just so you know, if you want to have a pink color, all you have to do is mess with the saturation about 75% or so, and then you have your pink right here. I want to make sure I'm at the full saturation because I like the full saturation of the colors. Press the M again, and then you are at the effects mode. Now to change the effects here, you have to kind of memorize where they are. So the first one is the lightning. So anywhere you touch on the wheel here, you're going to have a different effect. So right now it's at the lighting. I would suggest you to press and hold and then slowly go up. And then the next here, the next there, all the way to the disco. Another cool thing you can do here, keep pressing your finger here. Don't let it go. you can actually go beyond the plus. Let me see if that's going to start over again. There you go. The arrow here is going to control the brightness, or press once again, you jump to the effect selection here. Press the M again, you go back to CCT mode. Next, I'm going to be showing you guys every single effect of the slide in real time, because when I'm purchasing the slide, the other YouTube videos that I watch or review, for example, the slide here, they never show the actual effects, and I want to see the effects, and I'm sure a lot of viewers, they want to see the effects as well. So sometimes I'm going to have to turn the light this way or the other way, because the effects come from here, the other effects come from over here. So adjusting the brightness here. I have to turn the light this way now. By the way, if this light is too strong in your eye when you're actually using this light, just like put your arm here and then you block a lot of the light so you can actually see the mirror here. Another thing that I forgot to mention here, which is kind of cool, every single one of this effect, you can actually dial in its own brightness separate from everything else. For example, the party mode can be at 12%, the candlelight can be actually 61%, and also you can vary the color temperature. Some effects such as the bad bulb or lightning effect or the TV, maybe the TV, I'm not sure, but you can actually alter between 3200 degrees Kelvin all the way in between to 5600 degrees Kelvin. So I'm going to turn off this light here so you can actually see the full effect without any light spill. So the first setting is the lightning. Next is the cop car. I got to turn the light the other way now. Next we have the candle light. Next we have the TV. Bad bulb. And this one here you can actually alter between 5600 degrees Kelvin all the way to 3200 degrees Kelvin, which is very nice. So it's up to you if you want a warmer color or daylight color. Now we have the party mode here. Now I'm going to switch to the disco. They look identically the same with the 100 millisecond rate here. So I'm going to go back to the party mode. Now I'm going to be changing the milliseconds. Now I'm at 100 milliseconds, and as you can see at 200 it's going to behave this way. 1000 milliseconds, which is a full second, it's going to behave this way here. You can go all the way to 5000. And now it's going to take a long time to change the colors. Now the difference is with the disco, again I'm at the 100 milliseconds. Now when you change, it kind of flashes different. See that? For example, I'm going to go to the 200, then 1000, and then all the way to 5000 milliseconds. So this is the way it behaves. And even this is retained here. If you want the disco at 300 milliseconds and the party at 100, it's going to retain that as well every time you power the light off and turn it back on. Next we have the paparazzi. And that's pretty much it for the effects. And that's the end of my review, and I hope you found this video useful regarding purchasing this light here. And if lighting is what you do, this channel is all it does, lighting equipment. So if you care to subscribe, that'll be awesome. Also, if you want to comment, I respond to everything that I see there. And also, if you care to give me a thumbs up, it tells me that I'm doing a good job here. So thank you again very much for watching this video, and see you next time.